Welcome, boys and girls, to my garage. Today, I'm going to attempt to put the cam bearings in my block. This is going to be our next sprint car build. And this is probably the scariest part of building an engine for me, is the cam bearings. I know to a lot of people that seems simple, but to my scrambled brain, it maxes me out. It encompasses two things that are even before my brain damage, were my biggest issues in mechanics. One of them is I could never do mirror image stuff. If I had to go underneath a gear reduction and make a template and then go up on the floor or on the deck and make the template, I could never do it right. And then when I had a stroke, I lost all the capabilities of number retention. So what happens here when you put cam bearings in, those are two important things. Getting the oil hole or the right indexing is important, and making sure that the right bearing goes in the right location is very important. So what happens here, here's the little box they send you the cam bearings in. And of course the cam bearings look like this. There's two different versions of that cam bearing. The first bearing is different. It has two oil holes. So the only way you could screw that up was a 180 up and down vertically in the engine block. Either the oil holes are going to be on top or they're going to be on the bottom. But as far as the indexing right to left, it doesn't matter. So that's the unusual bearing. The other four remaining bearings only have one oil hole in them. And that really should be at a particular place. Believe me, it doesn't have to be, because I've installed these bearings in about every position known to man and never really wiped out a cam or cam bearing because of it. But for the optimum lubing and to get the oil wedge where it needs to be when that cam is loaded, that hole should be at a particular point in the block. So that's what we're going to attempt to do today, and I'll work through the preliminaries of it. There's 5 cam bearings, which would be easy if they just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can almost remember that many numbers, but it's not quite that simple. They give you the box and they give you the instructions right here. Contents. SH290. Okay, that's only 3 digits, and that goes in position number 1. That would be simple. That's this first one I showed you with the 2 oil holes. Can kind of go a couple of different ways, but that's where it goes. Position 1 takes the 290. But then there's 5 bearing locations, but there's only 3 bearings. So they give you the instructions right here on the box, so don't throw it away. The SH288, that goes in position number 2. Number 1 was easy. We're probably going to get that one last, but it's easy. We can get that one. But number 288, that goes in the 2nd location. But then they throw the curve at you. They got 2 288s, and the next one don't go in the next hole. It goes to number 5 location. So then we got the 287. There's only 3 bearings for 5 locations, so we got the 287. So now that goes in the number 3 position and the number 4 position. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the conflict of putting cam bearings in. Stay tuned. We'll start slamming some bearings in this thing before you know it.